Hi everybody, it's Tom from FindTheBestCarPrice.com. Today I'm going to tell you what's new with the 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD, as well as what the pros and cons are for these trucks. The first thing that you're going to find that's new, of the two things that are new for this year, is that on the custom trim level you can now have a 10-way power driver's seat. Across all trim levels you will find, well, what we have right here, the Multi-Flex tailgate. If you're wondering what the Multi-Flex tailgate is, well, you're going to notice a few things that look different here as far as the way that the tailgate is designed and the fact that you have a couple of different buttons here. Now, what you can do is obviously open this tailgate in the conventional manner as you would normally expect. But that's not all there is. Let's hit this top button and show you what happens here. Now, here is the first area that you can use. This is what I call a multitasker. You can do anything you can do on a table right here, basically. It's kind of a small table, right? But you can eat lunch up there. You can measure something out. You could have a Zoom meeting. You can set up a tripod with your phone or your iPad on it or whatever it is. You can also use this area as a bed extender. And there's actually two different ways to do this. I'm going to show you what the other way is here in just a second. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that when you have a hitch on down there, well, you sure wouldn't want to open the tailgate and have that hitch damage the tailgate itself. But that's okay, because guess what? There is an option to keep that from happening. This bottom button right here is what you would use to open the tailgate. Look, it's not even opening. I'm pushing that and it won't open. So there you go. In that respect, that's easy to do. But when the tailgate is down, I'm going to do that. And before we open everything back up, let me show you the second option for your bed extender. See that? That is very nice. And right here, even though this truck doesn't have it, you can have speakers built in here and the controls right here for controlling the volume and whatever you're listening to and all of that good stuff. So we're going to close that back down, and then I'm going to open that up all the way. I could have just left that open, I guess. There you go. You also have a nice large bed step. Any of the competitors to these trucks, well, they don't have anything quite that big, such as the bumper step, or excuse me, the tailgate step that Ford offers. You also have a built-in handle right there to make it easier to get in and out. That is awfully high up there, by the way, in case you're wondering. And the good thing is that Chevrolet did think about the fact that, well, you might slip if your feet are wet or your boots or your shoes or whatever. I can't imagine doing this barefooted, but I guess you could. There is graphite material right here, nice and grippy, kind of like grip tape on a skateboard. That's very helpful. It's still a long way up there. That is a fact. Now that we've shown you that, let's talk about the pros and the cons. All right, first, let's talk about the pros. Stout acceleration, plenty of horsepower, more than capable of towing and hauling, that's for sure. A lot of space for drivers and passengers in the interior of this truck, not only in the front seat area here, but also in the rear. And there's a lot of storage capability throughout, nice large door bins, and something I'm still surprised I haven't seen with other trucks is the fact that you have the in-seat storage. The only other models are the GMCs, basically the sister model, so to speak, that has the built-in seat storage. Ram doesn't have it, Toyota doesn't have it, Ford doesn't have it. It's just not there. And something else that I really like here that is definitely a pro is the fact that you have the available 15 different camera views. That's right. Not only views around the truck, but you can mount a trailer camera either in the trailer or behind, in front of the trailer, whatever you want to do, facing back to the trailer. There are so many different options where that is concerned. I talked about plenty of horsepower. Let's talk about exactly what those numbers are. 445 horsepower, 910 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed Allison automatic transmission. This is a four-wheel drive truck, by the way, in case you're wondering about that. These trucks, when they're outfitted correctly and in the right configuration, can tow up to 18,000 pounds. And last on our pros list, something that you won't find on anything but the Chevrolets and GMCs, the stickers to help you out with figuring out exactly how much you can tow or haul in the bed based on how many people you have on the truck, or how much you can tow based on your payload. The numbers do change depending on what else you have going on with the vehicle. Okay guys, I promised you we'd talk about the cons as well. And you're going to see right off the bat here, the interior. Now you're thinking to yourself, if you don't already know, well, wait a minute, I thought Chevrolet updated the interior of these vehicles. Not on the HD trucks. So just so you know, we're gonna turn the radio off right there. This is what you get. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just so you will know what the situation is. So still gonna have that somewhat dated interior, but that doesn't mean that this truck won't get the job done. Also, a little bit of a limitation on visibility. That's where having all those cameras would come in because of the height of the hood and the length out there. That also is going to be a con. And last but not least, even though this truck can tow and haul quite a bit, it's definitely not competing for best in class. Maybe we'll see that when there are changes in the future to these Chevrolet 2500 HDs. And there is what's new and your pros and cons.
To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.